So this is the 20th in the
This is
series.
the 20th, yeah, in the series. Can you believe it? This is actually the 20th anniversary, which it goes makes sense, of the first book coming out, Still Life. And I would never have dreamed that I would have 20 books. I didn't think I'd have 2 books. In it, I talk about some entities pushing for Canada to be the 51st state. Now, this was long before Trump started talking about it. And I remember writing that and thinking, have I just jumped the shark? This is like a step too far. Will anyone believe this? You try to make it believable within the world, that it does make sense, that there's rational thinking led Gamache or whoever to that. But still, once you get that out, are people going to go, oh, for God's sake? So it was a bit of a relief to realize I hadn't actually gone far enough.
And the book tour is going to be different, though, this time. I guess you have said. Tell me about what you've done with the book tour, because obviously there's a book launch in Canada, but in the States, what's happening?
Every other book I've gone through the States and Canada for the most part, but the vast majority of my readers are in the States, and I have a place in the States, in New York. I have such affection for Americans and respect for the States. And then that whole 51st state and the trade war, an assault on our economy and on our businesses that continues to this day. And I said to my American publishers, I can't tour in the States. And that, I have to say, is a blow to them. It's a big blow to them because they paid quite a bit of money for this. They're counting on me supporting the book through the States. It makes a big difference. But when I told them, they said, we totally understand. And they have never pushed back on it, never asked me, well, are you sure? Can you do some stuff? I have accepted to do some virtual events. That seemed reasonable, but I won't step foot in the States. But the nice thing is I was able immediately, from the day I said no to that, to pivot to the National Arts Centre. I think like within hours, the National Arts Centre said, well, we'll host you. And then it sold out within hours, which was great. So now I'm doing National Arts Centre, then Vancouver, Calgary, Winnipeg, and then we've intentionally ended it at the Haskell Opera House as a statement.
Tell me more about that statement.
The statement is that we are friends, that we are allies, that we've been there, the Americans and Canadians, hand in hand for generations. We've been there for each other. We have family connections. We have deep, deep friendships that should not be questioned and cannot be broken asunder, despite what some people are trying to do. And so that's the statement, is that do what you want. We're holding firm. We will not budge. And I had obviously some blowback. And you expect that, of course there's going to be. It'd be ridiculous, foolish for me to say, I'm not going to step into the States because of the Trump administration, and not think that some readers are going to say, well then, goodbye, good riddance, I'm not reading you anymore.
But what is it that keeps you coming back to Inspecteur Gamache, to Reine-Marie, to all the characters in this? What is it that's...
I like their company. I find them endlessly fascinating. There is a truism, which I think is false, that you have to have conflict is drama, that they have to be at each other's throats, that a decent human being is boring. I just don't find that true. So I find it so interesting to watch Gamache and some of the others navigate through a world that isn't kind, but try to bring their decency to it.
I have a book club and I ask them to ask me questions. What should I ask? And you talk about decency, and one of the questions people were saying, oh, how much is Inspecteur Gamache some of your personality traits?
Oh, what a nice thing to say. It's such a challenge to write someone who's more decent than I am. Which, it's a little troubling because clearly I know the right thing to do, and yet I so rarely do it. I think they're all partly of me, and that's the beauty, Genevieve, of writing when I'm older, because I've made enough mistakes. I've done enough shameful things. I have been jealous. I have been enraged. I have done things that appall me. But I've also been in love, and I've also been kind and chosen to say something nice when I could have said something cruel. So I own all of that, and I'm able to bring a lot of that to the characters. So that I hope the characters are fleshed out.
One of the characters, of course, is Three Pines, which is Knowlton as well. Do you consider a little bit the village a bit of a character?
When I first started, it was not Knowlton. I didn't live in Knowlton. I lived closer to Sutton, which is down the road. I knew Knowlton, of course. It was really very much made up, inspired in tonally in the sense of the townships, the sense of the villages that I knew, the sense of homecoming, of belonging, of saving a place at the table for me, who was a stranger, and how powerful that is to find home. So I wanted to bring that sense to it. But physically, my description of it is really more a kind of ideal that I don't think exists. If it does, I haven't found it. But yes, if you come to Knowlton, I hope, or North Hatley, or Sutton, or Fredericksburg, or any of the villages in this area, I hope you get that feeling of welcome that you get, and acceptance. Thank you.
To meet you.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
Christine.
Three Pines is a state of mind. That's when I am given the chance to be cruel, but I choose to be kind, then I'm in Three Pines. The beauty of that is that it's then movable. Wherever I am in the world, I can be in Three Pines, or not. I know sometimes, because I'm not always, as I said, sometimes I take the long way home. But you can feel it. You know, don't you, when you've just done something you probably shouldn't have, that you're ashamed of? But when you are being true to yourself, and you're being constructive, and you're being kind, when you know that goodness exists, which is the other thing that I strive for personally and in the books, then you're in Three Pines.
Just so many people come here to meet you, or to just even just try to soak in. They hear about it, they believe. What do you think of that? The idea that you're drawing tourism to this place.
I love it. This is a place that embraced me, and that, I don't want to be really dramatic by saying it saved me, but there have been moments in my life where I needed that companionship and that company and the friendship, and it was there. So it's nice to be able to give back. I love it when I meet people who are coming from Montreal, or coming from Calgary, or coming from New Zealand. The people come from all over the world, Germany. It's amazing. It's amazing. The other thing that's really cool is that it's like the medium is the message. That in writing about this community, we have created a community. And that's really what this cafe too is about. It's about belonging. It's about acceptance. You can be whoever you want to be in this place. You are accepted. How perfect is that?
It looks very peaceful, huh?